Hello. Yes, good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen clearly. Today is 7th of September. So I want us to look at the British pound dollar first before I look at other symbols. So as you can see, it looks like the price is within a rising channel formation. We have a trend line here along this line. Then you have another one at the top. So this acted as support previously. This as support. We have another support here. We expected price that after the bounce from this level here, the price was to continue down up to this support level here. Unfortunately, that has not happened. Instead, the price went down just slightly to the lower side, could not hit our trend line. So we still expect price to come back to this point here. We still do expect price to get back to this trend line here. If the price can come back nicely up to this point here, then this should be the correct place to look for a buy from. So if you're on this chart right now, expect sellers to push price down at least up to somewhere along this line. Then you pick a buy position. We are expecting that buy to push price up at least up to this point here. So the other symbol which I want us to look at, Euro USD. So the same thing which you had on the British pound dollar is the same thing which is almost happening on Euro USD. We do have a steep trend line here. We have, this is a very steep one pointing to the upper side. This chart looks like the price will continue to the upper side. We do have a very good support here. We have a support here. We have a support. We have a support. So following the bounce from this trend line here, we are expecting price to continue up. So we do expect price to continue up, at least up to this trend line here. So if you're on this chart as you're speaking now, expect buyers to push price up after the bounce from this level here. Expect price to continue up at least up to this trend line here. So if you're on this chart as we're speaking now, we are buyers up to this trend line here. If the price breaks below, then we do expect a continuation downwards up to that point. The next level is this, and then the next one is this one. So in case the price breaks below this trend line here, we'll be expecting sellers to continue pushing price down up to this level here. The next level is this, and the next level is this one. The other symbol is the US dollar Japanese yen. So this chart looks like the price is within some shape. This also within some channel formation. We have that, and then we have that. So you can see that there is a resistance here. There is a resistance here. We have a support here. We have a support here. So if the price can pull back down at least up to the same trend line again for the third time, then this will give us the ideal place to look for a buy from. So we just want to see what happens. If the price comes back up to this point here, then this will be the correct place to be looking for a buy from. So technically we are in an uptrend. We are expecting buyers to push price up at least up to this point here. The other symbol which I want us to look at is gold. So with gold, so far we do have a very good resistance level here. You can see we had a resistance here, we had a resistance, we had a resistance, we had a resistance. There is this break above. So as it is now, the price is still above the same place. So this could be the correct place to look for a buy from. If you're looking at this chart as we're speaking now, consider this as a good resistance level, then this as a breakout, then this as a pullback. So as it is now, this remains to be the correct place to look for a buy from. So on this chart, technically, we are looking for a buy from around this point here. The other symbol is the SP500. So as I mentioned yesterday, this chart is upwards. We do have some shape here, and we have another one here. So this, like, the price came back, entered into some converging wedge formation, and as we are still speaking now, the price is still within that shape. So if the price breaks beyond the upper line, the upper shape formation, then that will mean we are now continuing to the upside. And if the price breaks below the lower wedge formation, then that will mean we are now heading to the lower side. The other symbol is the Brent oil. So the Brent oil, so far we do have a trend line here. This is like a resistance. We have a resistance, we have a resistance, and we have a resistance here. If the price should break above the upper trend line, then we do expect a continuation upwards up to this point. The next target is this one. So if the price breaks above the upper line, this trend line here, we'd like to see like a minor consolidation at the top of this trend line, then some pullback before the price can continue up. So we want to see like a break beyond, then some struggling and a pullback before the price continues up to this point here. So technically this will be the correct place to look for a buy from. So thank you very much. This should bring us to the end of today's analysis. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same. So thank you. See you.